Coming up on First at 4, hear from the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet about how they are working to make sure our roads stay safe this winter. And as COVID booster availability expands to all American adults, healthcare experts are working to clear up confusion.
It's a chilly start to the work week before a familiar pattern takes hold. I'll have the latest coming up. First at 4 is next.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. Governor Beshear is holding a news conference on COVID-19. You can find that on our second channel, HNI, or on the WYMT Facebook page. But first at 4, we have not seen a major snowfall yet this season, but that's not stopping the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet from preparing to clear the roads when the snow does decide to pay us a visit. WYMT's Dakota Maker spoke with a Kentucky Transportation spokesperson about what drivers can expect.
The high for today is predicted to be in the low 40s, so no snow out here just yet. But road crews have been planning for months, waiting for its arrival. A spokesperson for Kentucky Transportation Cabinet District 10 says crews are trained, equipment is prepped and ready to hit the road. They have stockpiled more than 300,000 tons of salt, along with 1 million gallons of brine and other anti-icing agents.
The possibility of the S word, or I guess probably the F word, flurries, is probably being discussed for this Thanksgiving. So hopefully our crews won't have to come out, but we're ready. We look at snow and ice removal as one of the most important services that we provide to the traveling public every year.
Now the Transportation Cabinet has doubled its fleet of tow plows, which can clear 2 lanes at once. In Perry County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
We are told the state has a strike force that can respond to any part of the Commonwealth if more equipment is needed in one area. Along with physical health, it's important to acknowledge our mental well-being, and even though the holidays can seem like a joyous time for most people, for some this season can worsen anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues. It's important to reach out to your loved ones who might be struggling to let them know they are not alone.
While most people are going to be celebrating with family and friends and having a festive holiday, be mindful of those who may not be, and be a friend. The best gift we can give to anyone this holiday season is to give the gift of understanding, the gift of compassion, and reach out to those who are having mental health challenges.
Lockhart says it's best to start a dialogue with those who might be struggling and to connect them with the resources they need. We will have several mental health resources available on our website.
And it is a chilly day in the mountains today. Despite the fact that we've seen sunshine as we've gone through the day, we've also seen some of those high clouds, but drier air takes over as we head into tomorrow. Looking outside right now, our time-lapse camera from I-64 at Moorhead. You're starting to see a little bit of that clearing start to work in after the high clouds we've seen throughout the day today. We will continue to see some of those high clouds as we head out to I-75 at Mount Vernon. A few of those high clouds, but the sunshine's still there as well. Despite the sunshine, it is chilly. Upper 30s, low 40s for most. Down in the Cumberland Valley, they're a little bit warmer. Jonesville, Jacksboro at 45, Middlesboro at 43, but a lot of the rest of us either 39, 40, or 41. The good news, a clean sweep after the chilly rain we had last night on Pinpoint Doppler. We won't have to worry about any rain at least for the next couple of days. There's our front pushing on off the east coast, so we're in rather good shape as we head through the beginning of our Thanksgiving travel week. But keep that WYMT weather app handy as we head through the remainder of tonight, because we do have some of those colder temperatures working in once again as we head into tonight. I'm talking middle to lower 20s for overnight lows, an appropriately wintry feel because we have some winter weather specials for you later on tonight. I'll have the latest on tonight's forecast, though, coming up in just a little bit. Steve?
All right, Evan, something you were alluding to, from major flooding to ice storms, 2021 has been an interesting year across the mountains, especially the first 3 months, but it is not over just yet. In fact, now is the time to prepare for another winter, and the WYMT weather team is here to help. After gathering data and looking at some of the latest trends, we're ready to release the new winter weather outlook for the 2021-22 season. That will air right here on WYMT at 7 o'clock tonight instead of Issues and Answers, and we'll have a little sneak peek for you coming up on Mountain News at 6. With the CDC giving the green light for COVID-19 booster shots for everyone over age 18, patients may have questions about what to expect with a third dose of the vaccine. CBS's Naomi Ruckham has more from New York.
Marianne Venancio is opting for another dose of COVID-19 protection.
I have chronic Lyme, and I see an infectious disease doctor, and he advised me that I would be a really good candidate for a booster.
Health officials say COVID-19 vaccines are doing a good job preventing severe illness, hospitalization, and death, even against the Delta variant. But waning immunity is a concern.
Boosting gives you that bigger immune response from your original vaccine, and it also helps you fight Delta better.
Dr. Melanie Swift with the Mayo Clinic's COVID-19 vaccine program says people getting a booster can expect side effects like a sore arm,
fatigue, general muscle achiness, and headache. Those are more common in younger people. The older you are, the less likely you are to have those side effects. It's very similar for boosters to the
on older adults shows rates of COVID-19 and severe illness were much lower among people who received a third dose of the Pfizer vaccine. The White House is set to announce that 95% of the federal workforce is in compliance with the Biden administration's COVID vaccine mandate. A senior administration official says more than 90% of workers have gotten at least one shot, with the vast majority of that number being fully vaccinated. The remaining 5% have submitted exception applications that are either approved or pending. A source familiar with the data said the compliance figures have exceeded the administration's expectations. The FBI and Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency are warning companies they could be hit by a ransomware attack this holiday weekend. While there's no specific threat, hackers have shown they like to strike on holidays and weekends. That's because IT staffing is generally light during these times, making response times from target companies slower. Authorities are advising businesses to make sure they have workers on call who can address attacks quickly if they happen. The upcoming Thanksgiving holiday sees air travel soar to new heights. New research suggests air travel recently hit a new pandemic-era low, even reaching some pre-pandemic levels. More than 2 million people passed through airport security checkpoints nationwide on Friday, the first day of Thanksgiving air travel. That marks the highest volume since March of 2020, when passenger traffic ground to a halt due to the pandemic. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold. More high-profile criticism for social media, this time in the form of a major corporate departure from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. Lush Cosmetics is leaving those platforms to raise awareness about how they damage people's mental health. The company said it will stay off those 4 social media channels globally until the platforms ensure a safer environment for users, but will continue to be active on Twitter and YouTube. Lush, a teen favorite, has more than 900 stores worldwide, including 240 across the U.S. and Canada. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Monday. The Dow closes up more than 17 points. We'll have more financial news in our next half hour. A Central Kentucky food pantry is getting another big donation after its building burned down. Christian Appalachian Project is donating thousands of pounds of food to the Garrett County Food Pantry after the fire destroyed all of its food. The food arrived at the Lancaster Church of the Nazarene this morning to be given out to folks who, as recently as 1 week ago, were worried they would not be able to celebrate Thanksgiving with a meal due to the fire. Now, there is plenty for Thanksgiving and beyond.
There was so much food that we could not use it immediately in our pantry, and we were planning on using it as well around the holiday season. And when we heard of Garrett County really being in need, it was just an opportune time for us to reallocate.
It is not just food that is being taken care of. They also have volunteers from multiple groups coming to lend a helping hand, making sure people are fed, not just for the holiday season, but until the food pantry has a new permanent location. It's rivalry week in college football, and here in the Bluegrass, we'll take a look at this weekend's big matchup.
Got Thanksgiving travel plans this week? Well, the early week looks good. I'll break down the full details on the way.